film is really the medium that dancers are working and choreographers are working in right now, because all of these meeting platforms like Zoom, there's a lag that happens so that dancers can't actually dance together. In view of that, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create a website that can morph into whatever it needs to morph into as we try to share the work that keeps coming up from our students.
I would describe my style of dance as pedestrian and very quirky with a strong modern base, very experimental, and I like my choreography to show non-dancers that they are all dancers too.
My dance style has roots of hip hop, like high school competition, like football game style, into when I entered university, I started exploring like contemporary dance. So there's a fusion of that.
I began dancing when I was 3 years old, really continued with ballet through elementary school and middle school and high school, and then really didn't try doing any other dance forms until I came to college, where the dance department here is pretty equally modern and ballet. Once I started getting introduced to different styles, I was like, nah, I don't need a box. I'll get out the box, it's fine.
I just love that Western aesthetic so much. And during fall, once we figured out that our dance film had to be social distanced, I thought a cowboy showdown would be the perfect way to keep two dancers distanced from each other. My message is that dance is any type of movement. Dance doesn't have to be ballet technique necessarily. Anyone can dance if they can move. I want my message to also just show that dance is evolving right now in the world. Mixed media, doing dance on film, dance inspired by other art forms is something that I just really am excited to share with the world.
Shifting Sands was a response to just how life felt during quarantine. Before quarantine, I took life for granted. My inspiration for this piece was just to kind of mimic that feeling of being isolated for so long, and then just kind of saying like, oh, I want to break free. I want to go on the streets and just be myself and be free and let my feelings just explode everywhere, you know?
Since COVID started, it's a lot harder to dance indoors, so I just figured I'd be inspired by nature and see what happens in a new space. And mood of shapeshifters is just very much like sleepy, you know, like in the snowy cabin. Snowy and relaxed and comfortable, and that's how I felt that film was, whereas the Maelstrom was dancing and hard hits, and it was all very like chaotic and exciting, but like in a very, you know, sunset way. Running out of time, but in a really beautiful way. Lack of judgment, I think, is really what I wanted to come across, and like both of them is just, I want to give you an experience and then have you not judgmentally experience your experience.
It is common for us to create for the stage space in a nonlinear way. And so when we translate it into the editing for film, what it gets at is the essence of how dance is generated and how dance feels, so that you can get to works of art that feel impressionistic or full of possibility, that gives you, the audience, an opportunity to have a relationship to what you're seeing that's not just like a story that's being fed to you. It makes you think or consider or analyze what you're seeing.